Hey, what's happening, Hot Steppers? I don't even know what time it is. I've been dealing with some internet company issues. So yeah, I've been without the internet for the past few days, and they hung up on me like 4 times. Um, well, more than 4 times, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. But it is now early evening, and I finally have internet connection back. So I just wanted to come on and say hey to y'all. Um, and to tell y'all that my initial thing that I was going to do this weekend was to talk about having a run-in with the cops when you have a disability. I'm pretty sure y'all want to hear about that. And so, yeah, it's happened in 2 different states, 2 different days, of course. But what I remember, I was at a restaurant and I was parked in a handicapped spot. You could see it, and I had my placard up and everything. So, it's already there. Shouldn't have been no problem. I was coming out after having dinner with some friends, and I left early because I had other stuff I needed to do. And as I'm rounding the corner to get to my car, there is a cop who is blocking my car. And I'm sitting here like, what's going on? Maybe something happened before I came out of the restaurant and they were just clearing some stuff up. And I don't know what. Anyway, and I had this cop stop me and told me that he was, that I had to, I can't remember how he said it. But anyway, basically, he was trying to do like field sobriety tests on me. And I was just like, no, you don't have to do that. I haven't even been drinking. What are you talking about? And y'all, he proceeded to tell me that I clearly had been because he saw me stumbling out of the restaurant. Hello, Cerebral Palsy right here. I stumble every day of my life. This is the way I walk every day of my life. What are you talking about? And he was like, no, yes, you came out of the restaurant. We saw you stumbling. So blah, 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 whatever. And I was just like, what is going on right now? And those of you who know me, I was quick to be like, what you not gonna do? And then I had to remember who I was talking to. So then they were first gonna make me have to walk that line. And I was just like, dude, I can't do that. I can't do that because I have a disability. I'm parked in the handicap spot. You see my handicap spot. But y'all, he just wouldn't let it go. It was just like I was there for hours. When I tell you this, the sun had gone down. They had me sitting in the parking lot on the parking divider thing. He had me sitting right there. And y'all, they made me take the breathalyzer 3 times at least. And every time I blew into it, he would the cop was hiding the test. And I was just telling him, I was like, you don't have to hide the test from me. I already know it's the result is 0 because I was not drinking. I said, but if you want me to blow something, I'll go back in the restaurant and drink something so that you can bring up these trumped up charges or whatever. Excuse the pun, didn't mean to say that. But anyway, so like I said, he had me sitting there for hours, went back and forth to his car. And at this time, during this period of time, my mom was still alive. And I was just like, I said, call my mama. I mean, grown woman me, talking about call my mama. I said, here, you can use my phone and call her. She will verify that this is the way I walk, whatever. So, and they still had me sitting out there. And by this time, it was getting really late at night. And so one of the cops finally called my mama and tried to tell her a story. So I'm yelling in the background. I was like, Mama, they didn't stop me, because he was trying to tell my mom that they had stopped me. And I was like, they didn't stop me. I was coming out of the restaurant from eating earlier today. And they didn't stop me. My car was parked in the parking lot in a handicap spot. I mean, I was yelling all kinds of stuff. And finally, my mama came to where I was. and she saw the situation. And oh, I forgot this part. Let me back up. While they were doing this test on me, the one cop asked for my license, and he took it from me, and I didn't get it back. But anyway, fast forward back to when my mom showed up, and she was like, "Sir, what are you doing? My daughter has walked that way her entire life. What are you doing?" She was like, "She has cerebral palsy. So there's no," and he kept trying to say, "Well, we saw her stumbling and she was coming out of the restaurant, so we made the assumption that she was drinking." And then my mama said, "Well, you told me on the phone that y'all stopped her, that y'all pulled her over." And y'all know me, I was back to one. And then I had to chill out because I was pissed. I was pissed off. And so, because this is something that was happening to me on the regular, and I, whatever. So anyway, he was like, "Well, she's free to go." And I was like, "Mama, I've been here for hours." And she was like, "Well, get in your car." And I said, "No, he still has my license." And by that time, he had already left, and she put me in her car, and we went to her house. And y'all, I did not go inside her house. I sat on her front porch all through the night until the sun came up. That's how mad I was. I didn't even sleep. And so the next day, my mom was driving me back to the restaurant where my car was. And she's like, "Okay, you can get in your car and go on home." And I said, "No, I'm not driving my car." And I said, "Because that cop still has my license." And she was like, "Well, I'll follow you home." And I said, "No, I am not driving my car without my license." Because I said that the moment I put my car into drive and get on the road, then they can pull me and say that I was driving without a license. So no. So then my mama gets on the horn and she calls the PD, and she was like, "I need to speak to officer such and such, whatever." And by the grace of God, that man was still at the PD, just about getting ready to get off. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot I had your daughter's license in my pocket. Yeah, blah, blah, blah." And she said, "Well, I need you to bring it back to this restaurant because she needs to get home." And y'all, he told my mama to tell me, "Oh, she can go ahead and go home." No, sir, no, ma'am. And so here he come, and his little partner come, and like it was like 3 cop cars at this point. And he's kiki and ha ha ha, and I'm sitting over there going, "Ha ha, nothing. Give me my license." And my mama turned and looked at me. You know that church look that your mama give you, like, "Don't you say a word." Yeah, but y'all, I was still pissed. So then he walks over and he tries to hand my license to my mama, and my mama said, "No, you didn't take it from me. You took it from her. You go give it to the person you got it from." And when y'all, I couldn't help it. That's how pissed I was. When he handed me my license, I kind of jerked it away from him, and he looked at me, and I like that, and he's like, "Well, y'all have a nice day," or whatever. And I was pissed. And I was like, "Why do I have to constantly go through this stuff?" So anyway, I get in my car. My mom asked me if I'm all right, and I'm not. If I'm not all right, I'm not all right if I'm not speaking. And I'm like, and all I can say is, "I'll be all right." And she was like, "You want me to follow you home?" I said, "No." I said, "No, I'll get on home." And she said, "Okay." So she went home, and I got on the road, and I get to the stoplight where I'm about to make the left turn that comes straight on towards my house. And while I'm at the stoplight, I hear somebody yelling at me. And y'all know at this point, I don't want to talk to nobody. And I just happen to look over, and it's a friend of mine from way back in high school trying to say hey and stuff. And I just threw up my hand and zipped on out. But that happened, okay? And then another time that I've had a run-in with the cops with a disability. Happened in a whole nother state. I was in South Carolina, getting ready to get on my way home, and I happened to stop at a convenience store, a gas station. And I get out of my car, I park my car at the gas pump, I get out of my car, and I walk towards the store to go in to pay and to come back out. Well, as I'm walking into the store, I see a South Carolina cop come into the parking lot with his lights off and stuff, like he hiding. So I keep walking into the store, pay for my gas, and I'm walking back to my car. I hear him on his radio talking about, "I'm about to bring somebody in for drinking and driving." Y'all, what? What? Okay. And at first I'm looking around. Y'all, my car is the only car at the pumps at this time because, you know, the workers' cars are over here and then the cop cars. Okay. And I was just like, I know this. Okay. So then what I do, I said, oh, okay. So then I walked to my car. I put my change in my car. And then I looked right at the car. I looked right over there. And I was like, you know what? And I opened my door, got that money back. And I stopped, did a pose, walked up back over to the store, dropped some money down to get some chips, right? Then I come back out and I'm walking, and the whole time I got an attitude. I'm like, oh, every day of my life I walk like this. I walk to my car and I throw my chips in the window because my window is down. And then I purposely walk around my car, you know, the way I walk, you know, with the mild case of cerebral palsy that I got, you know, my Pinterest limp that I got, walked around my car the long way, got the hose to pump the gas, and I'm still hearing this dude on his radio, and he's watching me, and I'm talking junk the entire time. I'm like, I know you sitting over there thinking you're gonna take somebody in for drinking and driving, but did you ever take? And I'm not cussing because I'm not somebody who does that. But I'm just talking mess the entire time. So then it was just like, he's still looking and he's still on the radio. And I said, okay, so apparently he don't understand. So I finished pumping my gas and I put the nozzle back, you know, and fix everything up. And he's still sitting over here thinking he's hiding. And I'm over here going, I can hear you. I can hear you. So then I walked back and forth like 2 or 3 times. I even walked back in the store because my homeboy, because I stopped at the store on the regular when I'm coming through. And he's like, why you keep walking back and forth? I said, there's a cop out here who is watching me because he thinks I'm drinking and driving just because of the way I'm walking, but I got him. So then I'm walking back and forth, and every time I'm doing a different pose, like I'm walking the runway, y'all. I'm letting him know, this is how I walk, this is what I do. And so then I get to my car, and I open the door, and I've got both legs out. I haven't gotten completely into my car yet, and I'm tying my shoe. I said, I know you waiting on me to get in my car and shut the door and turn the engine on so that you can pull up behind me. But what you're not going to do is pull me over for something that I didn't do. So, I mean, I'm talking mad mess to him. And then I get out my car, shut the door again. I do another little runway walk. I said, has my gait changed? Am I walking different? Because I walk the same way every single time that you have watched me do my little laps. I have cerebral palsy. I had to say it in 3 syllables. Cerebral, however you want to say it. I got it. CP, that's me. That's what I got. So if you're going to take me in, I want you to know what you're about to get embarrassed about. I mean, y'all, I was going in. And so then he's still sitting in his car and he switch up and talking about, I'm watching the traffic. And I'm like, you ain't watching no traffic. You was watching me. I have not been drinking. I just stopped to get some gas on my way home. And so then he was like, okay, I'm on my way, you know, just acting up. And I was like, that stuff, I did not curse. I said, that should have told him, hey, I need to be more cognizant of people out here because not everybody is able-bodied. Duh. So then, I mean, I was at that gas pump. I even took out my handicap placard and popped it on my window. On my rearview mirror. Really? And these are the things that, other than having to deal with, you know, getting pulled over for stuff I have done, like speeding. Okay. But, I mean, but having to deal with the cops, dealing with them with the disability, that's a whole different ball game when you add on the fact that I'm a brown female too. So yeah, anyway, but I just wanted to tell y'all that. I haven't had it happen to me lately, but I mean, and it doesn't happen to me as often, but y'all, for real, cops, get your lives together. And I mean, you know, this was not even 10 years ago. This was only a few years ago. I mean, and not that that's an excuse, but I mean, people with disabilities can drive too, right? So anyway, but I hope you like my little runway because I was looking kind of cute that night. I think I'm looking cute all the time sometimes. Okay, most of the time. But anyway, that's my little running little stories. I have several others, but those are the 2 that I can remember right now. And I originally was going to tell it in a more serious tone, given the environment that we are still currently dealing with. But like I said before, I want to bring levity back to my channel for me. So there's my um, dealing with the cops with a disability. Um, so I just wanted to say that and to let y'all know that Jesus is still my homie because he's the one who is the Lord and Savior of my life, and he saved me so that I can be here to be a vehicle for those of you who might be listening to me. I don't know. But anyway, I Steppers, thank you so much for still hanging in there with me. Um, Remember to stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, and get your knees up because you know I can't. And I'll talk to y'all in the next video.